Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everyone. So let's start our class with the opening prayer. Can I request ST to please pick a student for the opening prayer?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
For our student, I would like to pick G328.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Jazakallah for asking. Okay, so if you can please read the opening prayer for everyone and start with Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi alimni ma huwa khairun indak. Oh
Okay.
my.
And if you can repeat after me once.
Yes.
Rabbi
Rabbi
alimni
alimni.
stress on the lam because there is a tashdid. Alimni.
Alimni
Ma huwa
ma huwa
khairun
khairun
indak.
indak.
Okay, very good. So do you know what rule we are applying here? We learned it in one of the previous lessons. We have a
I
noon
can't
sakin.
remember.
That's fine. So I'll remind all the students. It's a rule of noon sakin. Okay, whenever noon sakin is followed by a letter of izhar, there are 7 letters of izhar. Okay, there are also letters of throat. You can remember them that way. Alif, hamza, ha, ain, ha, ain, ha. If it's followed by those 7, we manifest the sound of noon clearly. Okay, so we clearly pronounce the noon. But if it's not, then some other rule applies. In this case, that rule is ikhfa. Okay, so we have to conceal the sound like that. Okay, Jazakallah. If you can please read the English translation.
Oh my Lord, teach me what is best for me in your knowledge. Tazkira.
Jazakallah. So today, we are going to revise the first ruku of Surah Al-Jummah. Okay, in the past few lessons, you covered Surah Al-Jummah bit by bit. Okay, and you've completed ruku 1 now. So we are going to revise that today so that those who are a bit behind, you have some time to catch up. Okay, today we are not learning anything new. Okay, so please make sure that you catch up, do any hifz, and that you haven't been able to do already. I'll quickly remind everyone about our class etiquettes. I hope that everyone did wuzu before joining the class. Please make sure that the clothes you are wearing are clean. Your head should be covered with a scarf or a cap. Make sure you're sitting in a quiet place, especially when you get a turn on the mic. Okay? We do hope that someone elder is present with you. And if you need any help, you can ask them. Lastly, check that you have joined the class with your correct student ID, which was emailed to you. Okay, I can see that some people have joined with their personal names. Okay, so please, if you can rename yourself. Okay, so it's the revision lesson of the first ruku of Surah Al-Jummah, and we are going to start with the translation of the verses which we are revising today. So, can I request support teacher to please pick a student to go through translation?
Yes, for our next student, I would like to call G417.
G417. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine too. Okay, so if you can read the translation of that verse.
I seek refuge with Allah from certain the reject.
The rejected. Okay. Continue. Assalamu alaikum.
In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful, whatever in the heavens and whatever in the earth glorifies Allah, the sovereign, the holy, the mighty, the wise. He it is who raised among the unlettered people a messenger from among themselves who recites unto them his signs and purifies them and teaches them the book and wisdom. Although they were before in manifest misguidance, and among others from among them who have not yet joined them, he is the mighty, the wise. That is Allah's grace. He bestows it whom pleases. And Allah is Lord of immense grace.
Okay, he bestows it on whom he pleases. And Allah is the Lord of immense grace. Jazakallah. Can we have another student?
For our next student, I would like to call G327. If you can please unmute yourself.
G327. Assalamu
Assalamualaikum.
alaikum wa rahmatullah. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine too. Okay, if you can please continue with the translation.
Okay. The likeness of those who were entrusted with the law of Torah but did not carry out its commandments is as the likeness of an ass carrying a load of books. Evil is the likeliness of the people who reject the sins of Allah, and
Signs of Allah.
Signs of Allah, and Allah guides not the wrongdoing people. Say, O ye who are Jews, if you claim you are the friends of Allah to the exclusion of all other people, then wish for death if indeed you are truthful. But they will never wish for it because of that which their hands have sent on before them, and Allah knows well those who do wrong. Say the death from which you flee will surely overtake you. Then will you be returned unto him who knows the unseen and the seen, and he will inform you of what you had been doing.
Jazakallah ahsanul jazaa.
Exactly.
Okay, so now we are going to practice the verses 1 to 9 of Surah Al-Jummah, and I'll pick a few students for this. Okay, so those of you who have already memorized these verses, it will serve as a revision, and for those who haven't, please try and memorize a few verses. Okay, so can we pick a student?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. For our next student, I would like to call G454.
G454. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Okay, so if you can please start with the avvals and then start from here, beginning.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة
One second. ويعلمهم الكتاب
والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين.
Okay, Jazakallah. So there are a few rules which we have covered in the previous lessons, which need to be applied in some places here. Okay, so first of all, we have a noon sakin followed by the letter qaf. So are we going to do izhar or are we going to do ikhfa? Are we going to conceal the sound of the noon or are we going to clearly pronounce it?
Conceal it.
That's right. So how would we read it?
وَإِنْ كَانُوا مِنْ قَبْلُ.
Okay, so when you conceal it, we don't read it fully. We stop midway. So وَإِنْ كَانُوا مِنْ قَبْلُ. Try.
وَإِنْ كَانُوا مِنْ قَبْلُ.
Well done, that was much better. Okay, the next rule is the rule of ghunna, which appears quite a few times in this verse. Okay, so we have a mim mushaddad here, a mim mushaddad here, and mim mushaddad here. Do you know what mim mushaddad is?
Yeah.
Mim with tashdeed, right? So whenever we have a mim with tashdeed or a noon with tashdeed, and I want all the students to listen carefully. Okay, I don't want anyone to make the same mistakes again and again. Okay, as you can see, mim mushaddad will appear again as well. And if you make the mistake, what does it tell me? It tells me that you're not listening carefully during the class. Okay, so whatever feedback I give to one student, it is important that all the students take it into consideration. Okay, listen carefully and apply it to your own recitation. So whenever we have mim mushaddad or noon mushaddad, we have to do nasal sound, okay, and hold the nasal sound for 2 seconds. So we read this as fil ummiyina. Try.
fil ummiyina.
Okay, one more time. Fil ummiyina.
Fil ummiyina.
Okay, and here as well. Rasulam minhum.
Rasulam minhum.
Excellent, well done. Lastly, there are some similar sounding letters in the Holy Quran, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, we have Zal and Za. So the letter Zal has a hissing sound. You'll feel the air escape from the side of your mouth. Huwallazi.
Wallazi.
Okay, so this letter za. It has similar sound to the letter z or z in English, al-aziz. But this one has a hissing sound. There is a vibration. Okay, huwallazi.
والذي.
Inshallah, with practice, it will get better. And similarly, this letter, dal, ضلال مبين.
لفي ضلال مبين.
Okay. Jazakallah. Can we have another student to continue the practice?
Yes, for our next student, I would like to call G417. If you can please unmute yourself.
Can we pick? Can you try pick another student? G417 was called to the mic earlier.
Yes. For our next student, I would like to call G394. Please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. G394.
I'll call another student to the mic.
Assalamualaikum.
For our next student, I would like to call G306. If you can please unmute yourself.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine too. Okay, so we are going to continue the practice from here, verse 4 onwards. If you can please start with Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم. ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم.
Jazakallah. So, mashallah, you applied the similar sounding letters. You distinguished between them very nicely. Just one thing here, we have noon sakin followed by the letter ha. So, are we going to conceal the sound or manifest it?
Manifest.
That's right. So, how would we read it?
منهم.
Clearly, right? The sound
Yeah.
has to be clear. Minhum.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Okay. And here we have mim mushaddad. What rule do we have to do here?
Prolong it for 2 counts.
Okay, we have to do that as well because of the alif mad. But the meme has a tashdeed. So what rule do we apply to the meme mushaddad? Ghunna, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to do 2-second nasal sound. Lamma. Try.
لما
Lamma.
لما
Okay, that's fine. Good effort, but you have to keep practicing. Okay, and here, yeah, so you did the broad sound nicely, but zal, try this one again. Zalika.
ذلك
Zulfadli.
ذو الفضل.
Okay, that was much better. Jazakallah. Then we have another student.
For our next student, I would like to call G351 and G350 as well.
G351. Assalamu alaikum. 51.
Yes, G351.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine too. Jazakallah for asking. Okay, so we are going to continue from here, verse 6 onwards.
I'm here as well.
And
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
we are going to continue the practice from this highlighted part, okay, from here. So if you can please start with Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين.
Okay, Jazakallah. So, mashallah, you recited really well. Just again, I have to remind about the rule of Mim Mushaddad. Do you know the rule of Mim Mushaddad?
A bit.
So, what do you have to do when you come across a Mim Mushaddad?
You have to make it into a nasal sound.
That's right. We have to do a nasal sound and we have to hold it for 2 seconds. Okay, it can't be shorter than 2 seconds. And that is the proper way to do it. So, Hummilu. Try.
Hummilu.
Okay, well done. And here as well. Thumma.
Thumma.
Okay, the next thing, we've covered this rule. Do you remember the rule of mud letters?
Yes.
How many mud letters are there?
5?
3.
Oh.
3 mud letters is Alif, Waw, and Ya. Okay. So whenever we have Ya Sakin, okay, and previous letter has a Kasra, we know that this is not just any Ya, it's a Ya Mad. And we need to prolong it for 2 seconds. Okay, so we read this as Masalul Ladhina.
Mathalul ladhina.
Very good. Similarly, when we have a blank alif and previous letter has a fatha, then we know that this blank alif is actually alif mad. Okay, so therefore we also have to prolong this for 2 seconds. Asfara.
Asfara. Abu.
Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Again, just be mindful of all the mud letters, okay, and lean letters as well. Huruf-e-leen, okay, letters of soft elongation. So here we have a letter of soft elongation. So we have to softly prolong it for 2 seconds. Yahdil qawma.
Yahdil qawma.
Okay, that was much better. And whenever we have a vertical fatha, vertical kasra, or vertical dhamma, how long do we prolong them for?
2 seconds.
That's right. Very good. 2 seconds. So here, يهدي القوم الظالمين.
يهدي القوم الظالمين.
Jazakallah khairul jaza. Can we have another student?
Yes, for our next student, I would like to call G428. If you can please unmute yourself.
Michael.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. How are you today?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, so we are going to continue from here.
Okay.
If you can please start with Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن ظننتم أنكم أولياء لله دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين.
Okay, would you like to read with me once?
Yes.
Okay. And I would like to request all the students at home to repeat after us as well. Okay, it will be a good practice. Is this G428 on
Yes.
the mark? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, please repeat after me. قل يا أيها الذين
قل يا أيها الذين
هادوا. A bit longer. هادوا إن زعمتم زعمتم. There's a meme here. زعمتم أنكم أولياء. Okay, a bit longer.
أولياء لله
من دون الناس. Okay, prolong this for 2 seconds. دون الناس. فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم. Okay, we are concealing the sound of noon. إن كنتم صادقين. Okay, so in terms of similar sounding letters, we have a thick qaf, okay, and a thin one, kaf. So make sure to distinguish between the two sounds. صادقين. Okay, inshallah, with practice it will get better. Jazakallah. Can we have one last student?
Yes, for our next student, I would like to call G3 G328.
Can we try another student? We picked G328 earlier.
Okay, for our next student, I would like to call G306.
G306, Assalamu alaikum. Okay, we picked G306 as well.
Okay, I'll try G403. G403, Assalamu alaikum.
If you can please unmute yourself, G403.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you today?
I'm good. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, if you can please start with Bismillah.
Correct. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wala yatamannawnahu abadan bima qaddamat aydihim. Wallahu alimun bizzalimin. Qul innal mawta alladhi tafirruna minhu fa innahu malaqikum thumma turaduna ila min ghaibi fayunabbi'ukum bima kuntum ta'malun.
Yeah, Jazakallah, Jazak. Okay, so in terms of the pronunciation, there are a few things which you can improve. So first of all, whenever we have a noon mushaddad, do you know what we have to do?
Do we have to prolong it for 2 seconds?
We have to do a nasal sound, but
nasal
you're
Okay.
yeah, you're right. It has to be whole. We have to hold it for 2 seconds. So how would you read this word?
Wala yatamannaw.
Okay, so by hold, I mean like this. Yatamannawna, right?
Okay. Yatamannawna.
Okay, that was much better.
Should I try it again?
Okay, so no, that's fine. You did really well. Over here, we have a thick letter. Okay, Za. Bizzalimin.
Bizzalimi.
Okay, so here we have a thick qaf. Qul innal mawta. Remember the nasal sound as well.
Qul innal mawta.
Okay. Now here, whenever we have a short stroke of fatha, kasra or dhamma, it should only be 1 second long. Okay, so minhu fa innahu.
منه فإنه ملاقيكم.
Okay, jazakallah. So again, on the gunna, on the noon mushaddad, remember to do gunna.
Okay.
Okay, remember to hold the nasal sound before you move on. Try again.
Okay. Can I try it from منه?
Yes, please go on.
Okay. منه فإنه
Okay.
ملاقيكم.
Okay, very good effort. Again, here, I think you prolonged the fatha stroke for too long, so be mindful of that. Here as well, it should be 1 second. Stress on the sheen, but the stroke itself is 1 second long. Washa. Washahadati.
والشهادة.
Okay, and then fayunabbi'ukum.
فينبئكم.
Okay, jazakallah. And lastly, I think the tal marbuta, you write it as a ha as well. So as you can see, there are 2 dots on top of the ha, right? The ha shape. So
After the dal.
here,
Yes.
okay, so we read it as ta, not as a ha.
Okay.
Okay, jazakallah sunal jaza.
Jazakallah sunnah jaza.
Okay, so that's it for the revision. We have revised the first ruku of Surah Al-Jummah. And now we are going to move on to the Hifz part. And again, in Hifz, I'll be listening to the first ruku. So in the last class, verses 8 to 9 were taught. So I hope that a lot of you would have memorized verses 8 and 9. Okay, so can I request everyone to please lower your hands first, because I think a lot of you have got your hands raised for different reasons. Okay, so now those of you who have memorized verses 8 and 9, I want only those to raise hand who have memorized verses 8 and 9. So basically those who are basically up to date with their hifz. Okay. And if I can request the state, please pick a student.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. So as teacher has said, please can everyone who has done the memorization, please raise their hand. So we have one participant who has raised their hand. G351 and G350. Can you please unmute yourself?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So have both of you memorized these verses?
Yes, could G350 go first?
Yes, sure. G350, assalamu alaikum.
Wait. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you today?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. The verses on the screen, have you memorized them?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to change the screen. Okay, please see how they start. I'm going to change the screen now, and then you have to recite by heart.
Okay.
Okay, please start when you're ready.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Unit 3, 8 and 9. Wait, what was the one on the screen?
Wala.
ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين. قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون.
Jazakallah Jaza. MashaAllah, your hifz was really good. Can I ask you to recite the second verse again? قُلْ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ. From there.
قل إن موت الذين تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون.
Jazakallah Jaza. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so here, can you read from here, from the screen? Tafirruna. From Tafirruna, can you see?
I can't find it. Oh, wait.
Here.
Yeah. Oh. تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب.
Jazakallah. Jazakallah. So, mashallah, your hifz was really good. Just a few things in terms of pronunciation, which you can work on. Okay, so first of all, be mindful of the mushaddad letters. Do you know mushaddad letters?
Yes.
Any letter with a tashdeed, right? Okay, so tashdeed looks like a tiny W, the letter W. Okay, so here, tafirruna.
تفرون.
One more time. Stress on the ra, make a double sound. Tafirruna.
تفرون.
Okay, and similarly here, ثم تردون.
ثم تردون.
Okay, that was much better. Then, I think you said earlier when you were reciting by heart, you said فَلِنَّهُ. I can see why the alif looks similar to lam. Okay, and that could have caused confusion. So please make sure that that doesn't become like a permanent mistake. Okay, and lastly, we covered this rule. We have nun sakin here, and it's followed by the letter ta. Do you know what do we have to do here? Do we make a clear sound, kun, or do we conceal it, kun? Clear sound or concealed sound?
Conceal.
That's right. So how would we read it? Okay, that's right. Kuntum.
كنتم.
Okay, Jazakallah. Is your sibling G351? Are you ready, G351?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to change the screen. And you can start when you are ready.
From Billah.
You can start from Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين.
Yeah.
قل إن الموت الذي تعفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون.
Jazakallah, Jaza. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so again, here we have Lam Mushaddad. Wallahu.
Wallahu.
Okay, very good. And then here, can you read this word for me?
Tafiru.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I think earlier you said ta'firuna. I heard like a ayn sound in there. So please make sure that that's not the case. Okay, this word is read as tafiruna.
Tafiruna.
Yeah, and here, don't prolong the dhamma for more than 1 second. Okay, it's the short stroke of dhamma. And the short strokes, whether it's fatha, kasra, or dhamma, they are all 1 second long. If it's a long stroke, okay, vertical fatha, vertical kasra, or inverted dhamma, they are 2 seconds long. Okay, so how would you read this word?
Thumma turaduna.
That's right, Jazakallah. Jazakallah, Jaza.
Jazakallah.
Okay, is there any other student who has memorized verse 8 and verse 9 of Surah Al-Jummah?
Yes, there are 4 students who have raised their hands. I'll choose one. So if G329 can unmute themselves. G329, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. You have memorized these verses?
Yes.
Okay, please start when you are ready.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Can you tell me the beginning of it?
Assalamu alaikum.
Can you tell me the beginning of it?
Yeah, wala.
ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين. قل إن الموت الذي تفرون
Yeah, minhu.
منه
Minhu fa inna.
منه نف نف من
Okay, do you want me to show you the screen?
yeah.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I need a bit of help on that part.
Okay. فإنه
فإن ملاقيكم
That's
ثم
right.
تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما إن كنتم تعلمون.
Okay. Read from Bima one more time. Bima.
بما كنتم تعلمون.
Okay, Jazakallah. So let me share the screen. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so the last word that you read, it's ta'malun. So the meme comes before lam. Okay, not the other way around. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, please make sure to correct that. And apart from that, your hifz is good. You just need to keep practicing verse 9 again and again so that it becomes perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Jazakallah. Okay, so for those of you who haven't been able to recite these verses in the class, please make sure to send us your recording. Okay, email us the recording of these verses. Okay, the email address, I hope that everyone knows it. It's g3hifz@gmail.com. Okay, and can we have one more student?
Yes, for our next student, I would like to call G403.
G403, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I memorized verse 8, but not quite 9. Can I do verse 8?
Yeah, have you memorized verse 6 and 7?
I think so, yes.
And have you been able to recite those in the class?
I think so.
Okay, all right. Please recite verse 8 then.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا يتمنونه No. Can I have one hint?
Abadam.
Abadam bima qaddamat aydihim.
Wallahu.
Wallahu alimun bizzalimin.
Okay, Jazakallah. Let me share the screen. So keep practicing the verse over and over again. Okay, in terms of pronunciation, whenever we have the rule of iqlab, okay, there's a tiny meme, you can see that. You pronounce it correctly, but spend a bit more time on it, okay? Abadam. Try.
Abadam.
Alimum.
Alimum.
Okay, and do you know what rule we have to apply here?
I can't remember.
Okay, so we have a ya sakin and the previous letter has a kasra. Okay, so we know that this ya sakin is not just any ordinary ya. Okay, it's ya mad. So we have to prolong it for 2 seconds. Alimum.
Alimum.
That's right. So please make sure to correct that. Is there any other student?
Yes, there are 2 students, G385 and G384. I think they're siblings.
G3.
G385 and G384.
G385, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. If you can please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. Have you memorized these verses?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Please start reciting when you are ready.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون جزاك الله.
Jazakallah Sunil Jazak. Was this G385?
Yeah.
Okay, Jazakallah G385. And your sibling, can I please request your sibling to send the recording as we don't have time to listen to any more hifz?
Okay.
Okay, Jazakallah. So we'll move on to the knowledge quest now. In the last class, you were asked to find out how many times does the attribute Al-Aziz and Al-Hakim appear in Surah Al-Jummah. Okay, the attribute of Allah, Al-Aziz and Al-Hakim, how many times does it appear in Surah Al-Jummah? Can we pick a student?
Yes, for our student, I would like to pick G338. If you can please unmute yourself.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah.
I think she'll be answered 3 times.
So you are saying that Al-Aziz appears 3 times and Al-Hakim appears 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any other student who would like to answer?
For our next student, I would like to call G340.
Assalamu alaikum G340.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, do you know the answer?
3.
Okay, so let's have a look at the result of the poll. Okay, so it's tied. Some students have said 2 and some have said 3. Okay, the correct answer is 2 times. Okay, that's why I was asking. That's why I was asking different students to see if someone has a different answer. So as you can see, first it appears in verse 2. Okay, Al-Aziz al-Hakim. and then it appears at the end of verse 4, Al-Azizul Hakim. Okay, and the meaning is the mighty, the wise. Okay, so please remember that. So for homework, I know that many of you have already memorized Ruku 1 of Surah Al-Jummah, but for those who haven't, please try and memorize it. And for revision, please revise Surah As-Saf full, okay? Because we've already covered that. For knowledge quest, you have to find out how many times are the wrongdoing people, Zalimeen, okay? So that's the Arabic. How many times are the wrongdoing people mentioned in Surah Al-Jummah? So for this, you'll have to read the surah, okay, and the translation as well. So that's it. We are going to end the class now with the ending prayer. Can I have a student?
Yes, I would like to call G403.
G403, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Okay, can you please read the ending prayer for everyone?
Allahumma arhamni Bil-Qur'anil Azim. O Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran, great Quran.
Jazakallah khairul jazaa. So with this, we are going to end our today's class, and we'll see you all next week, inshallah. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.